Hello, everybody. I'm here with Ted McLyman. He's the author of Discover Your Money Temperament, a common sense guide to financial security. My name is Doug Fine, and I'm going to be speaking with Ted about chapter 5 of this book. And I run a small consultancy in Augusta, Georgia, where Ted also lives. We've become acquainted and kind of partnering in getting the word out about this very important book for people. And today, and these times of COVID-19, sequestered in our houses, uh, it's maybe time to retool your understanding about money because everything has changed. Everything has changed, and I think this book is it, well, it's just a terrific book, Ted. And thank you for joining me again. And let's talk about chapter 5. How are you today?
Perfect. I'm doing great, Doug.
Good.
Pleasure to be here
Yeah.
as always.
I have a good time with you, Ted. So here's we are in the second part of your book. Chapter 5 moves into part 2.
Yep.
So part 2 of your book is called The Money Behavior System. And you start chapter 5, you start the money behavior system by talking about money values. So today the question is for you is, you say that core money values, like determining money values, brings up buried emotions. Can you explain that a little bit? Then I have a couple of other follow-up questions. How does that bring up buried emotions?
Sure. As a financial advisor, I was taught to do goal setting. And if you've done anything with money anytime in your life, you went through a goal setting drill, which is tell me something you want, tell me how much it costs today, tell me when you want it, and then we do a little bit of math and we figure out how much you put away on a monthly basis at a given interest rate, and magic, you get it. Well, it totally ignores the emotional journey. It totally ignores the true values that drive you. And in part 1 of the book, I laid out the problem, which we're human, and our biology, belief sets, and culture get in the way of making good decisions because we're human, and we need to start talking about our behavior and not our money. Part 2 is the solution. The money behavior system is my approach to basic financial literacy. And I believe every financial literacy program in the world should start with a walk through the money behavior system. Why? Because it's the front part.
Yes.
It's the front part that everybody's missing, and it's called behavior. Okay, let's talk about money values. Money values are the internal, non-conscious, critically important emotional things that make you tick and cost money. They're usually not things. In the book, I call these big V values. Big V values are those events, being it tangible or intangible, and ironically, they're mostly intangible, that if they don't happen, are going to cause you emotional pain, emotional anxiety. And let me give you the difference. If you didn't get the car you want, you'll get over it. If you don't have the retirement plan you needed, you may never get over it.
That's a big V, a retirement.
Yeah. So what I need people to understand is that your values are a product of you. They're a reflection of what's important to you about money. So when I say that, most people kind of scrunch their face up and go, I've never thought of it that way. Well, and they usually go, well, I want to pay my bills. I want to have nice stuff. I want to do this. I want to do that. I say, no, it's deeper than that. It's if it doesn't happen, it's going to cause you problems. And ironically, for a lot of men in particular, it's leaving a legacy, not being forgotten, to doing the right thing.
Oh, yeah,
For a
Teddy.
lot of people, for a lot of folks, it's taking care of the family. It's all of that. So it's generally not stuff. So let me give you another example. If you're buying a house, and normally the first thing they ask you is, how much money you got? How much can you afford? What neighborhood would you like to go into? If I can show you that, and it's got a great carport and the color's right, there's any reason we can't get started. That's not why you buy a house. A house is emotional.
Hmm.
A house is a reflection of who you are. It's a value statement. It reflects on what you think is important. It reflects your income level. It reflects how you think it's important to interact with your community. It's a place that is safe. It's a place that is nurturing. It's a place where your children come in and they have an opportunity to go to good school. So the question is, why is this house important to you? Well, because I want my children to have a good school. Well, why is it important to have your children in a good school? Because I want them to have the opportunity I did not have and go through the pain I went through getting where I am today. Why is it important to you? Because I want them have a good start on life. Why is it important to have your children with a good start on life? Well, to be very honest, I don't want them back living with me. That is
That's the
why they
fundamental.
want this house. Yeah, that is the baseline value set, and it might be very non-conscious. And I've done this exercise with literally hundreds of clients, and normally I can get somebody in tears within a few minutes.
Ooh,
And it's not unusual for the couple to look at each other and go, I did not have a clue that was important to you.
yes,
Now,
yes.
what is critical to understand is don't judge. Don't talk somebody out of their core value statement. Whether it's realistic or not is not the point. It's yours. You own it. It's a composite of what is important to you. It's your biology, your culture, and who you are. And if you think it's important to leave $10,000 to your university so they can put a plaque in the urinal in the locker room so they see your name every time they go onto the field, and that is what defines you, that defines you. As a planner, my job is not to talk you out of that. My job is to help you get there.
Yeah.
But
So,
here's the kicker.
yeah, please.
Well, the kicker is once you state your values, the question is, are you living the life of your values? And let me clarify that. We live in Augusta. Augusta has a lot of golf. You can spend a fortune on golf. I am not a golfer. I have other places where I go over the board and spend my money foolishly. But I ask you right now, and everybody that's listening to this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your calendar and look at your bank statement. Where you spend your time and where you spend your money is absolutely a reflection of your values.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably mostly short term,
Mm-hmm.
and they're probably small v values. So, for example, if you're spending all your money eating out, that's fine. I can teach you how to eat out. I can show you how to eat out. I can show you how to put money out. I can do all that kind of good stuff. But you better hope that is your most important value, because you're not going to have some other things. It's a choice.
That's right.
And
And
in
what,
our
yeah,
culture, unless you have unlimited resources, you have to make a choice.
I appreciate what you're saying, folks. And again, I'm learning myself, reading this book and talking about it along with Ted. And the big V values are more things that you've thought through. You get there by thinking. The little V values is that reptilian brain that's just kicking in and saying, I want to have it. I gotta have it for whatever reason. But that's the distinction, right? Big V values are one of my,
Yeah.
I would say one person's big V values would be maybe I really want to give money to a mission overseas or something, and make sure that they're set up for long after I'm gone. That's a big V value. So how do you get to the big V value is you have to start uh, noticing that the reptilian brain for little V's are going to get in the way sometimes. Is that accurate?
Oh, yeah. And yeah, and this is so important because I get so frustrated watching the talking heads on TV and the guru of the minute who's going to talk about money and how to get ready to get through this pandemic and what you're going to do on the outside. What they're giving you is techniques, 30-second technique to review your bank statement, review your budget. What you need to do, and this is a great example because you've been kicked in the side of the head, and this is a wake-up call to say, what is important about money to you? Let me say that again.
Yes.
What is important about money to you? And it's usually not stuff. And take it through the final point where there's nothing more important than this to me. this is what it's going to cost. I better ensure that my time and treasure is at least got some of it's going in that direction. Now, here's the kicker. Do the same drill with the people in your circle that you care about, that you share your life with and you share your money with, because I guarantee their value set is probably different than your money value set.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you've got to sit down and reconcile that. Because
Yeah.
if your value set is to play every major golf course around the world, and your spouse's value set is not to do that, I'm not going to say it's right or wrong, but somebody better figure that out.
You better talk it through, right? Just like we've been talking through your talking through your book, Ted. This is, again, Ted McLyman's book, his latest book. This is his third book on the market, and this one's called Discover Your Money Temperament: A Common Sense Guide to Financial Security. Ted, we're halfway through almost. How many chapters in this book?
There are 10. We're halfway through. We're going to go through the money system, and then I'm going to give you some quick tips at the end on what you can do immediately. But what you can do immediately is buy this book. You really need it. People. This book was written for times like today. They really were.
This book is written for now, people, and we are right in the midst of the pandemic. If you're watching this video down the road, but we're right in the midst of the pandemic, and everything's gone to you know where. And we've got to find our way out. And I think this could help a lot of people, Ted. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next time for Chapter 6. And that's about Chapter 6. Help me remember. And I'm sorry for temperament. Guess what? Temperament. It's in the title of the book. So we'll talk about
that chapter is how I got the title of the book. So this is an important chapter than the next one coming up. So make sure you're back for this one.
Sounds good, Ted. I'll see you next time, okay? Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks so much, Doug. Take care.
Bye-bye.